Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Got a very special video here for you today. Over the past month or two, I interviewed 4 amazing fantasy football sleepers, NFL players, and I got to know them personally, and I want you to get to know them personally as well. I know most of you watched these interviews. Some of you only watched one of these interviews. Some of you haven't watched any of these interviews, so I put them all in one video here for you so you can enjoy on your commute, on your drive, this Friday here on the last draft weekend. Special treat for you. So it's going to start off with JCM, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, aka Bill, JCM. Then we've got Thornton on here. Then we got Arroyo and Pat Bryant. All 4 sleepers that you should be drafting in your drafts so you get to know them. And as you could tell here, this was the interview with Thornton here. This was actually before he was, I believe, on the depth chart as the wide receiver one. He was just starting to get first team reps when I interviewed him here. So I saw this beforehand. I'm excited about all 4 players here, all great opportunities to shine. And I wanted to share all 4 interviews all in one spot in case you missed one or in case you missed all of them, okay? So very important video on this Friday. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, thumbs up. I am going to be giving away that PS5 this weekend. Going to be doing a random draw. Like I'm basically going to scroll across, close my eyes, and pick a winner. I'm going to be releasing that this weekend. Make sure you guys smash thumbs up, subscribe here. Go back to the other video as well I just did on the 100K subs to be entered for the PS5 draw. And again, make sure you guys do grab the 16-round draft solution. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal players. Do not draft without the 16-round draft solution. Do not draft without it. I'm telling you guys, listen, grab 16 rounds and also join the Patreon group for in-season, starts and sits, waiver wires, everything you guys need, okay? I hope you enjoy this show. 4 sleepers, exclusive interviews here on the #1 fantasy football podcast. And again, I want to thank everybody for such great messages in yesterday's episode with the 100K. I really appreciate everybody that watches this. You mean a lot to me. When I started this, I did not anticipate, this. It's been exciting, and I'm just grateful to be in the position that I'm in. I always have big aspirations and goals, but it's just getting bigger than I thought it would be, and we're going to keep reaching for the stars. So I really appreciate everybody. Thank you again. Enjoy these interviews, and have yourself a great weekend. If you're drafting, make sure you guys do grab the 16-round draft solution, and we're going to roll these interviews back to back to back. I'm not going to dive into the middle. I'm just going to let it roll. Enjoy. We'll talk soon. All right, man. We've got a fantasy football running back sleeper. I know you fantasy guys have heard the buzz around Bill. He's known as Bill, but also Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Big name here. Big play in preseason yesterday. I'm excited to have you on the show. You're buzzing, man. You're hot right now. When I called your agent, I had to put my phone down because it was so hot, man. You're trending. You're trending everywhere. I think Google's gonna break down, man. What's happening?
Oh no, I mean the world just finally catching on, and I just look forward to just building each week.
Man, I love your energy.
Day by day.
I love your energy when you came on. I love the energy. I'm feeling it. First of all, let's talk about the name because it's so unique in a sense that like it's not as like John Smith. Like John Smith, like I can remember that, but I gotta sit down and think like Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Can you explain the name? Is Krosky the middle name? Can you kind of explain it? And what's the whole Bill thing?
Okay, so Ja'Cory, I mean, obviously that's my first name. Krosky is my dad's last name, and Merritt is my mom's last name. So
Gotcha.
I wanted to just put both of their names together. Like I just didn't want to leave one of them out. So that's how that came about. But Bill is just like it's just like a nickname that I got when I was younger. I used to have a bald head, so they used to call me Little Bill, the character. So that's how that came about.
I don't know what's going to stick because you got so much going for you. Like, they might call you CM or JCM. Like,
JCM.
That's trending right now. Like JCM, like CMC, right? It's kind of just, I like JCM 6.
Yeah, I like JCM too. That's cool. I like JCM.
Man, am I excited for you. Round 7 pick out of Arizona. And here's the thing, right? Like, you're kind of like, whenever you're like outside the top 5 rounds, I find that those running backs, this is just from my experience, are kind of like off the radar. I had Kyron Williams on the show last year, and he was completely off the radar. Like everyone was kind of sleeping on him, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, like he came out and had the opportunity and he tore it up on that opportunity. So I'm asking you now, man, how are you feeling? Do you feel kind of going in now kind of as the underdog? Is that kind of disadvantage, or is that more of an advantage for you? Is it more of a chip on your shoulder? How are you feeling?
It's definitely an advantage for me. I love being an underdog. I like being counted out. It just make me go harder. I mean, it's been like that my whole life. So I mean, me just being the underdog, it helped me get to where I'm at now. Like nothing was given to me, and it don't matter how much like success I get, I'm still gonna feel like the underdog.
That's the best thing, man. I find
Yeah.
that if things are given to you, it's not as rewarding. That's what I find with
Uh-huh.
me because I've been
Uh-huh.
grinding since 2016 to get where I am, and I'm still building. And it's like
Mhm.
nobody's ever given me a handout. And I like the seventh round pick. It's like you're on the team now. You got an opportunity. There's a possible trade going on the team where you're emerging up the depth chart. I got to ask you, man. That preseason game was awesome. It was a 27, I believe, 27-yard run. He had 11 carries, 46 yards, touchdown. I think a couple receptions. What was because I had Elijah Arroyo on the show and I asked him because he hadn't scored his first touchdown. What's the feeling? I know it was preseason.
Uh-huh.
You got in the end zone. How does that feel? Did it become, was that NFL moment? Did it feel real? Like the dream to reality? How can you explain
I
the
mean,
moment?
it felt great. I mean, once I seen I had all that space, I'm like, oh man, like it's really happening. And then like, I mean, when I got in there, that was like one of the best feelings ever. Like just scoring like an NFL touchdown and like jumping in the crowd. Like that's something I always wanted to do. And like, I mean, I was able to do it yesterday. So I mean, it's no better feeling than that.
And I'm sure there's going to be many more. And that's what
Oh
I'm
yeah, for sure.
for sure. I'm excited
First too
about it.
many.
Okay, so let's talk about the buzz, right? Obviously, I reached out to you. You're off my, and I dig deep, right? But you're off my radar simply again, that seventh round pick. There's a lot of people on that depth chart. Now you're suddenly emerging. You do good in preseason. There's a lot of buzz. Have you felt the buzz already? Because I saw you all over. First of all, are you familiar with fantasy football and how big it is?
I'm not. I'm definitely not.
Well, ask Austin Eckler. Eckler's really embraced teammate the fantasy community. He's really taken it in. A lot of players are kind of like, I don't want to deal with that. But what you got to understand is that it's proportional. So when we're cheering you on, whether it be good or bad, because there's going to be some bad, right? Let's say you have a
Mhm.
down game. We all have down games, down days in life. The community might come at you, man. You didn't score points for me.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal. We want your success because when you succeed, we succeed. It's proportional. When you have 5 touchdowns, that helps our fantasy team, right? Some players don't understand it, but Eckler was a guy that absolutely embraced it. So that's one thing I really like about him is that he embraced it. Hopefully you do as well. But
Yeah.
but my question to you is like lately, are you feeling some of that? Like, hey, you got to do well for my team. I'm drafting you. Are you getting that from like all angles right now?
Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, everywhere, like every app, like I definitely see it. And I mean, I'm gonna go out there and give my best, like no matter what. Like every time I'm on the field, it's gonna be like 100% effort. So, I mean,
That's all we ask, man. That's all we, that's
yeah,
all
like
we
it's
ask.
gonna be 100% effort, like from start to finish, for
And it's
sure.
for your, obviously it's for your team. It's for your legacy.
Yeah.
Speaking of legacy, is there any running backs you grew up that you admired, like an Adrian Peterson or somebody who was your kind of running back idol growing up, if any at all?
I wasn't able to watch Barry Sanders growing up, but I mean, once I got older, I ended up learning his game and like that's one of the running backs that I he's one of my favorites.
That's awesome, man. So, like,
Yeah.
is there a game that you like your game resemble? Like, who would you compare your game resembling? Like, or are you just kind of like in your own lane?
I would say I like Jameer. Think he's a good back. I like Alvin Kamara. Um I like those guys. They're very smooth and they do stuff that I want to do. So
So, how are you? How is the chemistry? Because I'm a Jaden Daniels. I think that guy is like special.
yeah, he is.
Is he
Yeah.
as your experience? You look at him. How good? Like you're there. Like you're in the like you're playing with the guy on
Yeah.
the field. How good is Jaden Daniels?
Nah, he's legit. He good on and off the field, and like it's a blessing to be able to like have a quarterback like that on my team.
Is he like who is kind of taking you under their wing to some degree and kind of mentored you? Is there any guys coaching that have kind of stuck out to you and said, "Hey, man, I'm really gravitating. He's been really pushing us on the roster." Is there any particular players that have kind of really helped you out?
Definitely Austin. I would
Nice.
say Austin. The and the vets in the running back room, they've been pushing me every day, just helping me with my game, like the small stuff. So those guys definitely been with me since day one.
Did the speed feel different when you hit the NFL? Did you be like, oh man, this is like, because I was watching Genty, man. Like, I don't know if you saw the Ashton Genty. That's why the Raiders had got a lot of Genty fantasy football stock, and I had Dante Thornton on the show. They hit Genty hard, man. Like, they're out to like, hey rookie, welcome to the league. Are you feeling the pressure? Like, hey rookie, the welcome to the league.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
defenders.
Yeah, it's definitely a different speed to the game, and like it's gonna take a couple games to like where it feel back normal. But I mean, I feel like it's just all a part of the process.
Nice, man. I'm listen.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for you. I don't want to make this too long of an interview. Let's talk about fantasy real quickly here. Your average draft. Do you know where you're ranked? I just want to know where you think. Do you know where you're ranked amongst running backs on? Because what we do is we have consensus rankings. It's kind of like a generic ranking system. It doesn't really. It means just kind of where we pick you up in the draft, right? Where we draft you. Would you know what your rank is right now?
I don't.
Okay. You are running back 52. You've shot up a little bit. Out of
Yeah.
52 running backs, people think, the consent, not me. I think you're going to do better than what people think, but the consensus, like the general feeling of the community feels you're running back 52, which is, I think, insulting, and then you're coming off round 13. But I saw a money league, a big high stakes league. It was on YouTube. You came off in the 8th round, which is pretty good, man. That's pretty good value for a guy who hasn't like done any fantasy production yet. You're a rookie, right? That's pretty
Uh-huh.
good. You've shot up.
Mhm. Yeah. So I mean, you get me on your team, you can't lose.
Well, that's what you're leading right into my question. So this is the
Yeah.
question I ask. I'm going to build it up. So, Bill, should I call you? What do we call you first of all? JCM? What's the deal?
Whichever one I like all of them. Like whichever one come easy for you.
JCM rolls off the tongue nice. So,
Okay, it's JCM.
JCM, you are creating a lot of buzz. A lot of people, you're on people's radar now. So, what do you tell the fantasy managers? Should we draft you on our teams for fantasy football 2025?
I mean, you got an underdog who's hungry as ever. So I mean, week in and week out, I'm always looking to do better than I did last week, and I mean, I'm hungry. So
I love
you
the
know,
attitude, man. I absolutely love
yeah,
that. I love the confidence. I love the little bit of a chip on the shoulder, that hunger.
yeah,
Can I just get like before you go? Can I just get a little backstory, a little bit about your upbringing, what drives you? For me, as an entrepreneur, like I have my why, right? Like it was the
yeah.
loss of my dad, and like the underdog. What is your why? You wake up every morning. Is it for mom? Is it for dad? Is it for yourself? Is it for legacy? What is like your why every morning that drives you?
It's definitely for family, mom and dad, and legacy, like you said. I mean, and what drive me to, I was a 0-star recruit. I always felt like I was better than that. I knew I was better than that, but I mean, it's just position that I was put in. I mean, and like me just being an underdog and just knowing what I want, just knowing what I want out of this. And I mean, I always had to go take what I wanted. So that kind of explained my upbringing. You feel me?
I love the underdog turn top dog, and
Yeah.
like you've hit this mountain where like you're already there. Like this is it. You've got the opportunity. Now you just grab the bull by the horns. You just go.
Oh
Literally.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
This is it, man. And how do you feel about the team in general? Like Washington's gonna be a tough division, man. Like the
Mhm.
Eagles, the Cowboys think they got it this year. Like it's not an easy division. How are the Commanders gonna hold up? Again, I love Jane Daniels, but how do you think you guys are gonna hold up in your division? You guys feel really confident going into the season?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of dogs on the roster, and we got a brotherhood, and like you feel me? Once you have a brotherhood, you're gonna fight. You're gonna fight to the end, and I feel like we got a lot of dogs on this roster.
JCM, man, listen, I really appreciate you coming on. Council Nation is going to be rooting for you. You got
Yeah.
thousands upon thousands. I'm going to get this video, blast this video out for you, and just get more eyeballs to you. I want to keep
Mhm.
that buzz going because sometimes the name comes out, then there's a little bit we don't talk about them for a bit. But I want to keep you going, and then your gameplay on the field is just going to continue to magnify your legacy here, man. So I'm really
For
excited.
sure.
Love the attitude. I'm excited for you. And that 7th round, let's prove him wrong, man. Look what
Oh
Kyrie did.
yeah.
Look at what Puka did. Look what remember Antonio Brown wasn't a 1st round pick, and
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing now. That's not here. We're talking about when he was doing it still on the field, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I'm pumped. Let's go
Let's
NFL.
go.
Let's go, man. So,
Yeah, you can't go wrong with JCM. That's all I'm gonna say.
listen, I appreciate you, man. JCM,
Yeah,
thank you for coming on the show. Drop a like, drop a comment for him, and go follow him on all social media platforms, man.
man,
Thank you.
appreciate you.
All right, we are talking deep sleepers, and I've got one of my favorite sleepers, and he won't be a sleeper after you see what he does on the field this season. The great, the powerful, soon to be a top fantasy prospect and NFL player. I know I'm building you up here, man, so you got to live up to expectations. But Dante Thornton, welcome to the show, man. I'm excited to have you on.
Man, I appreciate it, definitely.
Man, this is so exciting. I'm just going to talk a little bit, give a brief intro, and you can cut me off if I'm wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I've got here. I got 6'5", 214. What are you walking around at right now?
I'm like 209.
209, okay.
I'm trying to get up to like 215.
Okay, yeah, the reports are crazy. That's like 205, 215, whatever. It mixes it up. So I wanted to get the accurate weight there. 4.3 speed out of Tennessee. Explosive, soft hands, soft. Are they really that soft when they talk about, is it like you moisturize, right?
Nah, they not moisturized.
Soft hands. You get all these amazing scouting reviews. And then we'll talk a little bit about the negative scouting reviews. Listen, I don't believe anything about scouting reviews, but I want to introduce you to the show. I'll let you talk a little bit. Can you tell the fantasy world a little bit about yourself? Maybe a little backstory, how you got to the NFL, maybe just to give us some context. I'll let you talk.
I've been playing football since I was 4 years old. I started off playing quarterback. I played quarterback until I was in the 6th grade. Then I got to a team that already had a quarterback, so I switched to receiver. Then I say through high school, I was one of the top receivers in Maryland. I had around like 37 offers from all Division I schools. Then I committed to Penn State my sophomore year of high school. Oregon was my dream school. They ended up offering me after I committed. So I flipped, went to Oregon for 2 years. Things ain't really go as how I wanted them to go in terms of like how things were on the field. So I was like, I was going to take a chance, enter the portal, bet on myself. Then I get to Tennessee. And I had not so good season my first year there. Then I had one of my best seasons of my career, my last year. And then that's what helped get me in the position now. Plus the combine.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited about you. 4.3 speed. Had you achieved that speed before combine? Like, are you working on the sprints? Is that something you focus on? Like, I got to get the speed, or like, is that something you just naturally have, or is that something you really worked for to get that type of speed?
I said a combination of both. Like, I'm naturally fast. Like when I was in the 11th grade, I ran a 4.33.
Wow.
I mean, not 4.3, 4.43. My bad. And then the fastest I ran up until the combine, like when I was training, was 4.4 flat. So running the 4.3 flat was crazy to me.
Yeah, man, that's very impressive here. So I want to talk a little bit about the critics here. First of all, it means nothing, and I know it's not getting it to you at all. Just to give you some context to everybody who's listening, some late round wide receivers. You're a 4th round pick, which is pretty impressive. But I don't think that means anything. Antonio Brown in 2010 was a 6th round pick, just to give you some motivation here. Puka Nacua was a round 5 pick. Stephon Diggs, round 5. Tyreek, 5. Edelman, 7. Donald Driver, he's from 99. I don't know if you remember that, but round 7. Pierre Garçon, round 6. And it goes on. Adam Thielen, Wes Welker, all undrafted. So it really means nothing, honestly. And this is why I hate fantasy rankings. Fantasy rankings currently, do you know where you're ranked in fantasy? Are you familiar with the fantasy world at all? And do you know where you're ranked? Do you know where you're ranked right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is why rankings don't work. And this is why I do something different. I don't go based off rankings. I go based off talent. So if I see a guy, regardless of his draft talent, like where he's being ranked in fantasy, I still say, make sure you get this guy on your roster. You're one of those guys. To put it in context, Nico Collins was like ranked wide receiver like 90 a couple of years ago. I'm like, dude, get Nico, get Tank Dell on your teams. That's how shallow and pathetic the fantasy rankings are. But you're currently ranked 118th right now, 118. That's just amongst wide receivers. You are ranked 339th amongst all other players in fantasy. That's how rankings don't work. But I believe you're going to finish near the top. And that's where I'm kind of probe in and to see how you're kind of feeling this year and kind of reassure my senses here. Because I'm excited for you, man. I like the landing spot as well. How do you feel so far? Do you like the landing spot? And how has your chemistry been with Geno Smith?
Oh, I feel great. I love it here. Like they're the team that took a chance on me, so I'm gonna give them my all every opportunity I get. Gino, great guy. That's my dog. He like my big brother now. And I said we got a great connection. Like, of course, we still like learning how to play the game with each other and stuff like that. But we definitely have a great connection.
I'm excited, man. And a lot of people are excited about Ashton Genty over there. He is like a fantasy stud. He's coming off in the first round, just to give you some context. He's like, and again, that's based on like the draft capital, very high draft capital. I team people assume like he's going to do well. I hope he does. I'm a fan. I'm invested in him as well in fantasy. I just wanted to get your mindset going into the, it's your rookie season. Are you out to prove something? Is there a chip on your shoulder? Or are you just kind of, has anyone gotten in your head? Is there a chip or is it more just you're going to do your thing?
I never say it's both, like a chip and just me doing the things that I've been doing my whole life. But yeah, I just want to win. Like, whatever come with that, that's what it's going to be.
I like the team. It's a huge revamp from last year. Tons of talent, and the Raiders is a team that I will be watching. I was supposed to get a Raiders hat. I ordered it on Amazon. It got lost in shipment, so it didn't make this episode. So I will be getting a Raiders hat because I have a lot of Raiders fantasy investment here. Let's keep it fun and light here. I wanted to ask you, pregame, is there what's in your headphones? What do you listen to pregame? Anything interesting?
I'll be meditating.
Okay.
Yeah, I meditate a lot pregame. Then I listen to a bunch of crazy music. Like a bunch of music gonna get me riled up before I go on the field.
So a lot of visualization, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of top athletes and the greats have always visualized in the past. Is there any athlete, like particularly wide receiver, that you, number one, compare yourself to, if you even want to do that, and number two, that you basically grew up saying, man, that guy was great. I'd aspire to be similar to that wide receiver?
Yeah, Calvin Johnson.
Oh, for sure. Megatron. Nice.
Yeah, and then Julio Jones.
Yeah, man, great talent. Both those guys, both fantasy studs as well. I don't know if you can answer this in regards to strategy, but earlier on, where do you see yourself playing? Do you see yourself, are they going to put you outside, slot, more of a red zone target, or kind of all around? Do you have any feedback on that, or are you just going kind of doing your thing right now and figuring it out?
I said, I'm definitely just figuring out, but I'd say outside receiver.
Yeah, man. I heard your first team. You're getting first team reps right now, from what I hear too, as well. There's tons of reports on that. It's public.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a few of those.
That's great, man. A couple other things I want to talk about here. What do you do for fun? I just kind of want to get a feel for your hobby. Like, I know football is the focus, but we see a lot of athletes doing nightclub stuff, or we see them going to church and stuff. What are some hobbies that you enjoy outside off the field?
Gaming. Like, I play the game and I stream, and then I like bowling.
Bowling?
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. A lot of people like bowling. I had a couple other players. I can't remember who it was last year that likes bowling as well. Also, I want to go over these. Just we could talk a little bit about the haters for motivation here. I just want to go over some of the scouting reports that are negative. Like, it's crazy when they have nothing negative to say about people. And I saw you in another interview with the same thing. He says they go like this when they think of something negative. They say limited route tree remains significantly underdeveloped. Or I like this one. Separation consistency varies wildly from game to game and can completely vanish for long stretches. Like, they always like nitpick little stuff. And then this one here, lacks creativity and explosive lateral agility, tends to, and it just goes on. Like, it's just ridiculous things. Like, well, maybe you've done it once, and they just pound on something just to get a write-up. And this is right off the site called NFL Draft Buzz, where they break down all these. I don't know who the actual scout is, but what do you got to say to the haters that are just out there nitpicking at you?
I don't care about them. Like, they ain't gonna stop me from getting paid and doing what I'm doing on the field.
Exactly.
So they can say what they want. That's fine. Get their little clicks and stuff like that.
Okay, so I asked Kyron Williams this last year for the fantasy people, What do you say to the fantasy folks though? Because there's a lot of us, just to let you know, I know a lot of people like, we don't care about fantasy and that, but I want to explain this to you just because you're going to probably get a lot once, because Kyron Williams went literally undrafted to like being a fantasy god, right? So you might get a lot of like, oh, you didn't perform for me this week. You didn't do well for me this week. It's going to be a lot of that, just a heads up. But the fantasy points are directly proportional to your success. So when you do well on the field, they rise together, right? The ships rise with, you do well, fantasy does well, everybody does well. Is there anything you want to say to people that want to consider drafting you later in drafts? Like how confident, where's the confidence level, Dante?
I'm very confident in it. Like if you take a chance on it, it might work out for you. So
Well, let's put it this way. Your playing ability like you're humble compared to the way you play. That's for sure. I think you guys should go watch some highlight reels, honestly.
I'm very humble. But yeah, I think if you have the opportunity to take my player, why not do it? I like myself from that. But on the flip side, I'm sorry if it don't go as planned for you.
Yeah, you got to have
But I'm very confident though.
That's what I like, man. You definitely have to have the confidence there. So, man, I'm excited, and I hope to get you on. Listen, don't forget about us once you take off, become a top fantasy. We got to get you back on. This was kind of a pre-interview to get a sense. And I'm telling everybody, go draft this guy. He's literally going undrafted. It's ridiculous. And that's how shallow the fantasy. We're shallow. We just look. But I'm able to dig deep and find the hidden gems, the guys that are going to break out in great opportunities. And I truly believe you're in an amazing situation.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that.
Definitely. Is there anything else you'd like to add in regards to like anything else we don't know about you or anything else you want to add going into the season?
Nah, man. I play ball. I like to play the game. I just want to win. That's it.
I think you're just gonna let the talent do the talking. Let's
I
put
ain't really too much of a talker.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna see when y'all see it.
Exactly.
One thing I will say is just the people that pick the side that they're on, stay on that side.
You mean like if they pick you like as a player, like if they're on your train now, basically?
Yeah, if they like me now, it's good. If you don't, stay on that same side when things start to change.
Dude, I'm all over the train. I'm all over the train. I want to go on record, and I've been ripped. Like last year, I'll give you a quick example. I was all on the Keon Coleman train. It's just that he got hurt. He just didn't get the volume that he should have. But I think this year he's going to tear it up. I mean, him and Allen should be connecting there. But like, so people are ripping me like, oh, you told me Keon Coleman. I'm like, dude, I was getting him in the 9th round. It's good for fantasy, right? For you right now, you're immense value. Like I have to have you on my roster. Like it's without a question. And in fact, I did my draft back in May before there was news about you being on first team. I was like, I saw the talent before. So I'm way before and that's just my style. People just draft and give advice based on rankings. I give advice based on opportunity and talent. And I believe you've got it. And I'm not just here just tooting your horn because like you're on the show. Like I tell people straight up, if a player doesn't do well, I tell them, and that's what I'm kind of known for. So yeah, it's just, positive motivation. That's all.
Definitely.
Well, Dante, I appreciate you coming on, man. It's an absolute pleasure.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Deep sleeper, tons of talent, Raiders Nation. Dude, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for Genty. I'm excited for Geno Smith. I'm just excited for football to start, really.
Man.
When's training camp? That's like around the corner, isn't it? Like first
week? A couple weeks.
All right, man. I'm wishing you the best. You're young, you're talented, and stay healthy. And I'm genuinely wishing you the best, man.
I definitely appreciate you a lot.
All right. Thank you for coming on the show. Dante Thornton, everybody. All right. The next sleeper who's actually on this show. I'm excited to have him here. One of my favorite sleepers. There's been a lot of buzz about him. Elijah Arroyo, welcome to the show. I'm happy that you're here, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Man, there's so much buzz around you as of late. Have you been feeling the buzz from not only like the NFL, but people, fans, but the fantasy community as well? Have you been feeling any buzz lately?
Oh, I mean, I've definitely been feeling the love from the fans out here. Just while I'm out at practice at training camp. The Seahawks are known for having the best fan group in the league. So, I've definitely been feeling the love from them.
Definitely. But has there been a spike in regards to like your social media, people talking about fantasy? Have you been hearing any fantasy football buzz at all lately? Because recently there's been a lot of good news from training camp coming out in regards to you doing really well. And then also the release of Noah Fant kind of opens up an opportunity for you to succeed even more, maybe possibly. So is there a little bit more buzz as of late for you? Have you been noticing that?
Really, I've kind of been staying off of social media right now. Just trying to focus on training camp and just focus on my craft, taking it one day at a time.
That's what I like, man. I like athletes that are focused, and you definitely, I'm getting the vibe off you that you definitely 100% head down focused. So how has the journey been, man? You got the call, Seattle Seahawks. Was that kind of the team that you were expecting to be on? Or is it kind of a surprise you ended up on Seattle? How was that whole journey, getting on Seattle?
It was somewhat a surprise. I had a formal visit with them at the combine, but that was the only time I met with them. But it was a great interview. I had a good first impression of the coaches. Um, and yeah, I ended up here, and I love it out here.
Great, man. Great to see you over there. Now, I took to social media. We'll get to some questions from some of the actual listeners and fans here that will have specific questions for you, but I wanted to talk to you as well. So like NFL journey, right? Like how hard, this is a basic question, but how hard is it these days to actually make the NFL? What were some challenges for you personally, because it's a pinnacle sport, right? You're at the top of the top. How hard was it to get to the NFL? Was there any personal challenges for you getting there?
Oh yeah, it's very hard to get to this point. Only 1% of college athletes only make it to the NFL. So I'm very, I'm blessed and highly favored, just to, be able to say that, I'm a part of this league, first of all. But yeah, it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of sacrifice. Um, and I'm just glad, my hard work is paying off.
How does it feel right now, energy in the locker room? I know you can't say too much in regards to like game plan and stuff like that, but are you right now being looked at as the guy, basically lining up? Are you first team reps? Are you getting a lot of targets now? How has it been in regards to, the team potentially relying on you a lot this season? Do you feel like it's going to be a big season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going out there and playing football every day in practice. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna give my all. I'm gonna go, have fun while I'm doing it. And yeah, it's just been, a great week and a half of training camp so far.
What's the biggest thing you've added since you joined the NFL? Like, have you added any weapons in regards to like physical ability? Have you gotten stronger? Is there anything that from college to now transitioning to the NFL that you feel you're better at?
Yeah, I've been trying to improve my game in all ways. So whether that's speed, strength, just little small details, in my routes or, when it comes to blocking in the run game. I've been trying to work on everything.
Be honest, do you guys in the locker room talk about fantasy football at all? Any smack talk going around? Any buzz? Is that even a thing for I know you're focused on the game and I get it. You're just getting in, you want to win games, but is there any chatter at all? As fantasy guys, we're kind of curious if there's any fantasy football talk in the locker rooms.
No, not really. We're just focused on just taking it one day at a time, getting better, so we can ultimately go out there and win games as a team.
Okay. Any tight ends growing up? How was your upbringing in regards to like, did you idol any players? Like anyone you looked up to? Anyone you role model your game similar to? Or because I think from what I'm seeing, like you play like a wide receiver as well. Your ability to catch the ball, move up the field, get open, yards after catch, amazing. So is there any wide receivers or tight ends you looked up to growing up?
Yeah, actually, I didn't start playing tight end until high school, really. Um, but my favorite player growing up was always Ray Lewis.
Nice.
I have a love for the Miami guys, and Ray Lewis is one of those dudes. He put fear in people's hearts, and that's the type of player I wanted to be. And shoot, as far as tight ends though, there's been a lot of guys that I've been watching recently. Um, just Mark Andrews, Travis Kelsey, Isaiah Likely. It's a lot of guys around this league that are doing a really good job, and I'm excited to watch them this season.
I feel that you're a guy that could really bring the energy from what I've seen, and especially with these older guys kind of set to retire. Maybe they have a couple more years left. Guys like you, I feel, could really emerge and become the face of the league, especially when it comes to tight end position. So I am excited for you moving forward at the position. Here's a question from one of my listeners here. Power Football. Is there, I don't know if you've thought about this, but is there a celebration you have in your mind for the first touchdown, or do you want to keep that secret? Is that something you're thinking about? Once that first touchdown is in your hands, have you visualized your celebration at all?
Um, Really, I'll probably just take everything in, just look out in the crowd, and yeah, I just want to be able to enjoy the moment. But if I'm feeling anything at the time, you'll see it.
Do what you feel, right? Definitely. Here we go. Got another question from one of my listeners in the Patreon group. Andrew Holgan says, besides JSN, because we know he's phenomenal. And I mean, a lot of these players are good, but JSN, from what we've seen, is special talent. Could there be another player that's really going to shine this year that you've been seeing in camp going, wow, that guy's really blowing away defenders? Or is that something that you're noticing? Is there someone on your team right now that's really kind of shining in camp that you're like, man, that guy's great?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of young guys who are going out there and really, doing their thing. A lot of great young receivers as well as the older receivers. Um, and I feel like just as an offense in general, we're gonna have an opportunity to take off this year.
And how's the chemistry with the quarterback right now? Darnold, how are you guys doing right now?
It's great. He's a great guy, great quarterback, and I'm excited to be able to play for him.
Is there anything that you've noticed from him and other quarterbacks you've worked with? How's his ball placement? Is it landing where you want? Like you said, the chemistry is really good. Is there anything different from him than other quarterbacks that you've played with, essentially?
Yeah, I mean he's got everything an NFL quarterback needs. He has he's got that touch. He has the perfect elite ball placement. He knows what to throw, when to throw it. It's a lot more of things that goes to the quarterback position than you would imagine, and some of it I I can't even I don't understand how they can process everything that fast on the field and just go like that.
Nice. I found that like with, some things is a step back for a step up. And I want to talk briefly. I know we're kind of put in the past, but there was that minor injury. I mean, there was that, I don't know how minor it was, but the knee injury a couple years ago. How have you bounced back from that? Because you looked good your final year, 16.7 yards per catch. How have you bounced back from that? And was that a big learning curve coming off injury? How are you feeling right now going in the season?
Yeah, so I had tore my ACL in 2022, and it kind of I feel like it molded me into the man and player that I am today. When I got hurt, I kind of took a step back, and um, I was able to really like watch everything. I feel like I observed really the whole time I was hurt, so I was able to just watch instead of just watching, seeing my job, seeing what I'm supposed to do as a tight end, just watching the whole offense, as well as watching defenses, and just figuring out different mannerisms of you know of what I can look at, any hints that I can get to help me slow the game down. So yeah, that is along with going and attacking the rehab. Um, when I came back, I hit the ground running.
Man, I really do believe in you. I really do. I see the talent. I see the upside. I've read the scouting reports. Is there anything in the scouting reports that you kind of be like, come on, haters, like you guys are crazy? Because I'm hearing amazing deep ball, shakes off defenders, gets open a lot, ability to win, warrior mentality, gets open in the zone, all this positive stuff. Is there anything that kind of like you kind of shut out the critics essentially? Because they always kind of like say, oh well, maybe not you specifically, but other players like that guy has a limited route tree or that guy's whatever. Like, how do you handle the critics? Do you shut that noise out in your head, or how does that make you feel?
Yeah, I'm really not worried about it. If it's not, my coach or somebody who's, who ultimately, cares about me and wants the best for me. Those are the people that I'm gonna listen to. So really, I feel like, any haters or critics or any of that, it really doesn't affect me.
I'm excited. And again, you don't know about fantasy. It sounds like you're not really in tune with fantasy, but do you know where you're ranked right now on the fantasy rankings? Because this is a big thing. There's like 60, no, sorry, more than that. There's like 80 million people that play fantasy sports, I think, like across North America, give or take, right? So a lot of people play, a lot of eyeballs. Do you know where you're currently ranked amongst tight ends right now?
No idea.
They got you tight end 30 right now. So that's not, I don't know why so that's why we got you. You're a sleeper. They're sleeping on you, man. I believe in you. And I was able to call the Laporta breakout the year he came out and absolutely tore it up that year. And I'm able to see situations. I really feel you're in a great situation to dominate this year, honestly.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
I got a question, one last question here to fantasy managers. I asked this to Kyron Williams last year. I asked this to Pat Bryant. Here's a big question here. What should we expect from you for fantasy football? Basic question, and I asked this to everybody on this show. Should we draft you, Elijah Arroyo, for fantasy football 2025?
I mean, I don't encourage, I don't condone, I don't encourage anything. Um, but if you do draft me, you'll see.
Okay, I like the confidence, man. I appreciate it. Elijah Roy, anything else you want to say to listeners, fans, anyone that's listening here today in general?
Shout out to my 12s and go Hawks.
Let's go Hawks. All right, thank you, man. Appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We are continuing on with sleepers, and I just had to have one of my favorite sleepers on the show, and in reality could absolutely crush it. Welcome to the show, Pat Bryant from the Denver Broncos, man. Excited to have you.
Appreciate you for having me on.
I'm excited, man. Lot of questions to ask. I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll start with draft day, man. How did it feel to get that call from the Denver Broncos, major franchise, exciting offense this year? How'd that feel?
It was amazing, man. Just knowing that my goal was to reach the NFL and having the opportunity to do that and coming to a great team like the Broncos that's on the rise, young quarterback, great coach. I couldn't actually be in a better situation.
Yeah, man. What have your biggest adjustments been so far? I know you haven't played an actual NFL game yet, but what are some adjustments you've made from college to NFL that you're feeling right off the bat? Like, does it feel like this is the real deal? Have you had your I'm in the NFL moment yet?
I'd probably say the first practice with the vets. I feel like the back end was a little similar. Guys are a little bit better, but I really feel like it's that front, man. That it's to the point where you're not even really racing DB. You kind of racing that D line because, especially in NFL, a lot of those guys are freaks, like some of the
Right.
best athletes in the league. Other than that, man, I say the hardest part is probably the altitude out here in Denver. Other than that, it's pretty smooth.
For sure. Now that actually works as an advantage, right? Because you train at that altitude. When you go somewhere else, it feels easier, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, so I actually that's why I chose to stay here to train during the off season so I could kind of get adjusted to it. But I actually went down to Miami for a few days, and you can actually feel the difference, especially being out there in that humidity. I never really got tired. It was a little hot, sweat a little bit, but you could definitely see the advantage of the altitude.
For sure. I would think that's a major advantage. Kind of like taking the weights off, having weights on your legs and you take them off and you can run free.
Facts.
There's so many good things about you, man. I've been reading the scouting reports. Like, are you six? Like, I got two different heights and weights here. Are you 6'2" or 6'3"?
So I come on, they got me at 6'2" and some change.
Okay. And what are you walking around at right now?
205.
Okay. I got natural hands and I got smooth transition and routes. I got dog mentality. Okay. I want to talk about this dog mentality because I keep reading that. Is this more like your yards after catch? And what is it that you're thinking after the catch? Are you out there just to kind of like hack and slash through everybody when you get that ball? Like, what's the mentality when you get the ball and run after that, to increase your yards after catch? What's the mentality like?
I'd probably say like the dog mentality is all around, who I am, whether it's blocking and create separation and yards after the catch. At the end of the day, I know my strengths. So I know I'm not the fastest guy, but I'm making a few guys miss. But at the end of the day, I want to keep that dog mentality. So somebody come to tackle me, I'm gonna make them feel it.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, it always seems like I find that scouts and these beat writers, all these people, that they tend to pick at little things. Like, you ran a 4.6, but who cares? I mean, Cooper Kupp ran like a 4.62, and a lot of other guys that have succeeded in the NFL significantly have run 4.6s. So is that something that's kind of like a chip on your shoulder, people picking at you, like saying, "Oh, it's a 4.6 guy," blah, blah, blah. Like, or is that something you just kind of like brush off?
No, it is what it is. So it's crazy because they got the catapult numbers from the games and all that from what I play. So they can kind of dictate what I run. So a lot of coaches were telling my agent like, we feel like he's gonna be high 4.5, high 4.6, somewhere in there. So at the end of the day, I went to the combine. I wasn't really worried about, oh, I hope I can run this. I was going there to compete, show who I was and put it on tape. So when it comes to the 40 time, I play ball. I don't really be worried about all that, honestly.
I love your landing spot because I genuinely feel you guys are contenders. But was there anything going on in the background that you may have ended up somewhere else? Was there any talk or chatter or you feeling that you might have ended up somewhere else? Or did you kind of know it was going to be Denver?
Honestly, I had no idea that it'd be Denver. I know it was the Jaguars, the Commanders, the Bucks. But bro, once I got the Broncos call, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Because I knew I had crushed the interviews, had a great relationship with KC, my wide receiver coach. But they kind of honestly came out of nowhere. Once I got the call, I was surprised. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Right. I love Bo Nix for fantasy. I think he did great last year and he's going to emerge and continue to ascend up forward. How has your connection been and chemistry with Bo Nix now so far?
I mean, Bo's a great guy. Both of us are kind of young. He going into his sophomore year in the league. But we actually all took a trip to Idaho, kind of did a little team bonding with the receivers, tight ends, running backs. So we all got a lot closer. And at the end of the day, I feel like we really got something special. Like you can kind of feel it, like once you walk into the locker room.
How is that? Just to give us an inside look, when these quarterbacks take people out, I just heard that Aaron Rodgers took like Metcalf and all his receivers out to Malibu. Is this more of a chilling connection thing or are you guys actually grinding and working?
Oh, nah.
No,
We was getting it in. Yeah, we were getting in there. Working out in the morning, had a little hour break. Then we'd go out, throw, run routes, then hop on the course, hop on the water. So it's kind of like a work/vacation, but we definitely put the work first.
Okay, I've been reading reports and stuff, trying to stay on top of stuff. Were you getting first team reps at all in mini camp, like leading up to now you're going to training camp? Were you with first team at all?
Yeah, I was running. I had a few towards the end of camp. I had a lot of first team reps. Probably say like the last three practices, I was with the first team.
Okay, cool. I want to switch over to fantasy football real quick. First of all, your teammate, Harvey, I'm really excited about him. How is he looking in camp, man? Like, is he as advertised? Because I've got a lot of stock in him in fantasy, but also I just think he looks like a phenomenal player. How does he look on the field?
Bro, he's crazy, bro. The way he like just make people miss is insane. Like, especially coming from a college level, like you may say it's a little bit easier, but you going against the vets, making the vets look crazy, shaking them, making them miss, and then his ability to catch the ball is crazy.
Yeah, I'm really excited about him. I'm excited about you as well. Are you familiar with fantasy football? Do you understand there's a massive, like 80 million plus people that play fantasy in North America? Are you familiar with it a little bit?
Nah, I actually never played fantasy football, like
Okay.
ever.
Okay, like you're gonna get noticed a lot. Like you're gonna get a lot of like hate probably and a lot of positivity because let's say you have a bad week, people will be like, "Oh, you didn't perform on my fantasy team." I just want to give you a heads up that it's directly proportional to how you succeed. So if you do really well in fantasy, you do it well in reality. And some people say, "Oh, I hate your fantasy teams." Well, some people actually embrace it. I had Kyron Williams on the show. He embraces it. Austin Eckler for years embraced it. And just know that it's for your own, like when you do well in fantasy, you do well in reality. They kind of move up together, right? Just to give you some context. But I want to ask you as well, you're probably not even aware, you're actually ranked not on the consensus rankings. You're wide receiver 96 in fantasy. Do you know that?
That's crazy.
You got
I
some
can
work
kind of
to
see it. I can see that though. I'm a rook coming in. I got a lot to prove.
Well, to make you feel better here, but I'm not trying to bring it down here. It's actually a positive thing. That's why you're considered a sleeper in fantasy. Because again, it's kind of unknown. You don't know. But guys like Nico Collins were like 80 or 90, and then he broke out that year. There's so many receivers that I'm able to see the hidden gems. Like I just had Dante Thornton on the show, 4th round receiver, Raiders. Like the guy's a phenomenal talent, quick off the line. He's got that rare speed and size ability. And like I can see there's some upside there, right? So I feel the same way with you. I think there's a ton of upside, and I'm super excited. And I think Peyton was saying he's comparing you to Michael Thomas. How do you feel about that? And you're kind of your own man, right? Do you like being compared to other people, or like how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's a great comparison, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to be the best me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to create my own path, my own legacy. But having those comparisons from a great coach like that, he coached a great player like that, I just put all my faith in him.
Yeah. Is there any receivers that you looked up to? I think Thornton was saying that I grew up, I'm a little old, I'm a lot older than you, but I don't want to talk about age, but I like grew up with the Jerry Rices of the world. Is there any receivers that you like grew up with? Cause I think Thornton was saying it was Calvin, who is it? Calvin Johnson and Julio Jones. Was there any guys that you looked up to growing up?
Yeah, I'd probably say Megatron for sure. I always, enjoy watching Megatron and probably Julio as well. Just me always being on the kind of bigger side, playing wide receiver. That's kind of where I got that dog mentality from, watching Julio play, his ability to high point the ball, and then just, bully defenders.
So I just want to kind of know, you got the dog mentality, but how is the thought process going in? I mean, I think every receiver comes into the NFL with the thought process, I'm going to be the best, be the best. What's your work ethic and mentality like? And what are your ultimate goals? Are you thinking like Justin Jefferson big? Like what's the mentality going into the season? And obviously you want the team to win. I kind of get all that stuff, but for you personally, what are some goals going into the season and into the NFL?
I mean, honestly, I'd say, like you said, obvious help the team win, but really just come in and play my role and just have the ability, just to play every position, on the offense, wide receiver wise, and just shit, go out there and ball.
Cool. A couple more questions for you to wrap this up. If you weren't playing football, I'm making you think today, man. I didn't think you'd have these questions. If you weren't playing football today, what would you be doing? Is there another career? Would you want to be a lawyer? Would it be non-sports? Would it be tennis? Would it be another sport? What would you be doing if it wasn't football?
I probably follow in my father's path. He's like a athletic director, so I'm huge on like giving back to the community, especially the community that I come from. So really, just anything that involves the community, the youth, sports, whether it's after school programs, whatever I can do, to help young kids reach their dreams. That's probably something I'll do other than playing football.
Yeah, and I don't want to go too deep, but just your upbringing and stuff. When did you start football? How was it? Like, who helped you? Who mentored you getting to this point? Because a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to get to the NFL. This is the pinnacle of all sports, really. Like, it's phenomenal what you've already accomplished to this point. Any mentors growing up? How was your upbringing? How did you get to where you got? And do you have the underdog story? Kind of quick background on your story.
So my pops was athletic director at a YMCA. I was like 3 or 4 years old, so I wasn't really old enough to play. So he kind of just threw me out there in the fire and see how I react. So he's really been my coach and my mentor all the way up to like high school. So he always, trained me on the weekends, trained me during the week. He always told me like you could be the best. Only person stopping you is you. So I always kind of kept that mentality. Never really been an underdog. I was always kind of the best receivers, in Jacksonville. And once I got to college, I kind of changed my mindset. It was like a restart. Same thing when you get to the league, you got to prove yourself. So at the end of the day, I'm just here to prove myself and be the best me.
Absolutely. One thing the fantasy, there's a lot of fans, man. It's going to hit thousands of people. I'm going to put this in the shorts and reels, Instagram. I'm going to blast this out there. For anyone thinking of drafting you later in rounds as a stash, because I got you in all my leagues, in best ball and fantasy, you're there, man. What would you say to those fantasy fans thinking of drafting you? Should they draft you, Pat Bryant, for fantasy football 2025?
Hell yeah, draft me. You can stash me, keep me high, whatever you do, go ahead and do it. I'm gonna make it work. So
I love the confidence, man. And Kyron Williams asked him that last year, and I'm like, should you draft you? He's like, is an elephant heavy? I'm like, absolutely. So and
I
he
like that.
And he went and crushed it last year. And I had other guys on the show. Martavis Bryant, I had on, years when I started this, he crushed it the year after. And then David Johnson and Kareem Hunt the year he broke out. So I'm hoping, like, I'm really good at picking out gems and talent and scouting out talent. So I think I do it better than beat writers. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm just really good at this. And I have a good feeling about you, man. I just wanted to share that with you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
So thanks for coming on, man. Big time sleeper. Draft him in all your leagues. It was a pleasure having you. You answered the questions with confidence, and I appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, guys.